Now we are going to find out the calculator tricks for calculating absurd powers, and then for calculating logarithm also, we will be seeing the tricks. First, we are going to see about absurd powers calculation. Here, if you can see in a question, we have to calculate the power of 250 power minus 0.3219. Here, they have given the value of this term directly in the question, so they have used it. But if they did not give, what to do? That is the question here. For that only, we are seeing the dirty power calculation. For that, first we have to convert the power to positive. For example, if you are calculating the power of 250 power minus 0.3219, you have to convert the power to positive. That you can do by dividing the number by 1. When you divide the number by 1, you will get the power to be turned to positive, and then you will get the positive power. Here, you have to find out the value of this term. That you have to find out in the calculator. That is what we are going to see now. Now here, if you can see, I am calculating the power. Here, first we will be entering the base 250 in the calculator. Now you will press the square root button 12 times. After you press the button, you have to subtract 1, minus 1, multiply if you do the power, 0.3219. You are multiplying the power, and then you have to do plus 1. Now what you have to do? First you have to enter the base in the calculator 250, and then you have to press the square root button 12 times. And then after that you will get a value. From that you have to minus 1, press equal to, and then you have to multiply the power. Power is 0.3219, and then after that you have to plus 1. We are adding 1 now. What is the next step we will be seeing here? The next step is you have to press into and equal to 12 times. One time when you press into and then you press equal to immediately, this will become a set. Now you have to do 12 sets of this. One time into equal to, second time into equal to, third time into equal to, like that you have to press 12 times. That is the procedure for calculating the absurd power. First we have to enter the base and then press the square root button 12 times and then minus 1 and then multiply the power. And then you have to do plus 1, and then you have to do into equal to 12 times. That is the procedure for calculating the absurd power. Now we can do the into equal to and find out the answer. Now we are adding 1, and then you are pressing into equal to 12 times, as you can see. Now as you can see, we have got the value to be 5.919. This is the value of 250 power 0.3219. Now we have to divide this value by 1. We have to find out 1 divided by 250 power 0.3219. This will be the value of 250 power minus 0.3219. Now we are dividing this value by 1. You are adding it to memory by clicking the M plus, and then you will divide it by 1. We have got the value here. We are pressing the M plus and adding it to memory, and then you are doing 1 divided by MRC. Now you will get 168. Now when you see, this is the 0.1689 of the answer that we are getting for 1 divided by 250 power 0.3219. Now I will show in the calculator whether this is correct or not. By doing this entire term, you are getting 0.1689. Now if you can see, we have got the answer. 250 power minus 0.3219, you are getting the answer to be 0.1690. We got 0.1689. It is pretty much close to the actual answer. So you can use this trick and use it for calculating the absurd powers during the exam. You can calculate the absurd powers within a minute or so by using this trick. It will help you in the exam very much. Now here, as you can see, they have used 0.1691. We got 0.1689. We have a difference of 0.0002. This is not that much of a big deal. You will get a little bit of a difference in the hours and everything. You will get a little bit of a difference in the answer also. You can use the closest option in the MCQ options given there in the exam, and then you can find out the answer. Why we are doing this is that if they did not give the value, what we have to do? That is what we are finding out. Mostly they will give the value, but if they did not give, what we have to do? That is the problem here. For that only we are seeing this calculator trick. Now the next trick which you have to see is that for calculating the logarithms, that also we will see now. For example, we have to calculate the logarithm of 2. We have to calculate the value of log 2. This trick we can use only for calculating log base 10. Log 2 base 10 we can calculate using this trick, and for log 0.9 base 10 you can use this trick for calculating. Now we can see the calculation of log in a calculator. Now we are going to see how to calculate logarithm in calculator. For example, if you want to calculate log 2, first you have to enter the number 2 in the calculator, and then you have to press the square root button. Now you have to press it 13 times. After that you will get a value. You have to subtract 1 from it and then multiply the constant number 3558. For calculating any value of log, this is the procedure, but the log base should be 10. If the base is log, the base is 10, you can use this method to calculate the logarithm. If the base is some other number, you cannot use this method. Now we can see the method. First, you are entering the number, and then you are pressing the square root button 13 times, and then you are subtracting 1, and then multiply by 3558. Now this is the value we are getting, 0.3010. This is the value of log 2 we are getting. Now we can see what is the value of log 2 actually. Now in the calculator, if you see, we are getting the value of 0.3010. We got the same value in the normal calculator also. So we are getting the log value to be accurate up to 4 digits. Now we can see the log of another number. Now we are going to calculate the log of 0.9. If we see, first we are entering 0.9 and then we are pressing the square root and 13 times minus 1 multiplying by the number 3558. Now what is the answer you are getting? Now we are getting the answer of 0.04576. Negative 0.04576. Now we can see the actual answer. Now this is the actual answer. What is the answer we got? Minus 0.04576. Here what we are getting? Minus 0.0457. When you round it off, you will get 6. So here we can see that the number is accurate up to 4 or 5 digits. You can use this in the examination. That's all about calculating the logarithms. We saw how to calculate absolute powers and then the logarithms value. We will use this in the experience curve concept. That sum we have in chapter 4 and chapter 6. And in case scenario booklet also we have this kind of sum. We will see it in the respective places.